Hello, my Sparks and Starlings, and welcome to another episode of Stella's Dream Journal. Have you ever woken up and had that realization of like, wait a second, that was a pretty cool dream. I want to write that down real quick. Maybe it'll turn into a story idea or something later. Well, in this series, that's exactly what you'll be able to see. I wrote down some old dreams I had in an old dream journal, as well as some old daydreams I thought were really cool, and I'm going to piece them together and create a story. The prompt for this episode, it comes from a dream that I had a while ago, and it was basically where there were superheroes, you know, really cool superheroes, epicness, you know, Marvel-esque stuff, I guess, DC-esque stuff. But the thing about these superheroes was that they had this invisible chain or string attached to them. That does not look like a string. I'm gonna make it into a chain. But the bad guy could manipulate that. So they had a great flaw, I guess. But I don't know if that was an interesting dream. I want to use that as a prompt today. I'm going to step away from using pens today and try to make it a sketchy aesthetic, I think. Oh wait, this makes me think of superheroes. I'll just cut out the letterings because I don't know what it says, and it might say something bad. Honestly, I don't know what it says, and I don't want to put something on here that I don't know what it says, you know, especially if it could potentially mean something bad. So get the handy dandy scissors out. Okay, I take back what I said. I really want to use this metallic brush, marker. Actually, not a brush marker, it's just a marker, to ink it. I'm gonna lightly erase this because I still want that sketchy look to come through. Okay, so I've got an idea. I'm thinking that it's a world full of villains and superheroes, of course. But like there's no commoner person, like everybody has a superhero power or is a supervillain. But in this world full of superheroes and supervillains, the superheroes have these invisible chains, right, by the supervillains, but they don't even know that it's a thing. Like they don't, like it's something keeping them back that they don't even realize they have. So it's like a dystopian world, but with superheroes. Wait, okay, so I guess the common person would actually be a superhero, but they have that invisible chain that's holding them back from using their full powers. Because again, it's a dystopian world with superheroes and villains, where the villains are like the hierarchy or whatever. Okay, in this world, somebody has to find out, oh my gosh, I have powers and I didn't even realize that, you know, that kind of thing. Somebody has to be freed of the chain somehow, but in a way where the villains didn't realize, oh my gosh, we made a mistake, you know? So I'm thinking that there's a girl, because I want it to be a more vulnerable character, and girls tend to be more vulnerable. It's okay, girls, we're vulnerable, but it's a good thing. And so, and she probably suffers high anxiety or something like that, just like a very emotional character, but very strong too. That's why I want to highlight is that she feels things deeply, but she's also very strong and can conquer over those big mountains of emotions. Just like you, girl. Just like you. So I'm thinking that maybe she's getting a little too nosy or something like that, and just like surely there's got to be a better way to live, you know? This can't be all that there is, where there's villains and they're just like controlling us and putting us in our place or whatever, because like they're the hierarchy and we're the commoners, you know? So she's trying to find a way out, and then they're like, she's getting too nosy. We have to get rid of her. So this gets a little dark, but I'm just gonna try to keep things vague, so hopefully it won't get as dark as it needs to be. Like it will stay as light as it can be. But they decide to try to dispose of her, and they take off her chain or something like that, her invisible chain that takes away her powers, right? And then because they think that she's like dead, basically, so they're like, oh, we don't need to have the chain on her anymore, we can put it on somebody else, because I guess they're low on supply of chains or something like that. So yeah, I lost my train of thought. I think I'll draw the character next. I really lost my train of thought. Like, I don't even remember where I was exactly. And I'm thinking she's like, okay, tying in like some Black Widow vibes, I guess. She's a ballerina, so even more like she's dainty. She's more vulnerable, I guess, in that sense, but she's also so strong, because ballerinas, you guys have so much like strength in your legs and in your arms and your muscles, because like you practice and you do so many different types of like warm-ups, and you guys are strong. You guys are really strong. I'm trying to think of what dystopian outfit she would have. Okay, I'm gonna tie in some medieval vibes, because I love medieval stuff, so, you know, why not? It's like medieval, but with modern technology. Kind of like steampunk, I guess, then. But not your average steampunk vibe. And everything's like gray, of course, because dystopian worlds don't have much color. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a unique hairstyle for her. Okay, so it's a bun that goes into like a ponytail. Ta-da. I tried. And then, of course, we gotta draw her doing some, like, ballerina stuff or something like that. I'm sorry if I mess this up, because I've never done ballet before. So I have, like, well, okay, I take that back. When I was younger, I did do, like, a little bit of ballet, but that was when I was, like, what, 8? It's been a while, you know? It's been a while. Okay, maybe the reason why she's kind of dressed up medievally is because she was in the middle of a performance, and a like ballerina performance, of course, and then they decide to just like take her, and they probably make a scene about it because they want to strike fear in the hearts of other people. So they're like, oh my goodness, I think I know what happened. She was probably getting too nosy. Oh my goodness, you know. And then they're like, okay, I should not be nosy, because that's what dystopian people do. Okay. Okay, that works. This is the part where they think they ended her, but then so they take off the chain, and then she realizes, oh, there's a better way of life, and then tries to free other people. Okay, so let's recap what story we've got going on here. Alright, so we've got this world, this dystopian world where villains are in charge of superheroes, and they put this chain on superheroes to where they can't use their superpowers anymore. And then there's this girl who, in the middle of her ballerina performance, gets taken by the villains, and because she's been nosy and trying to figure out, isn't there a better way to live life, and surely this isn't all there is, you know. And then they think they've ended her, but she's actually alive. She feels her powers come back as they take off the chain, because I think she's dead again. And then she sets out to free other superheroes. So this is more of like an origin story, but I do like this.